Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Lab Technologist. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about the Enterobacteriaceae family. We have discussed all the gram-negative rods are known as Enterobacteriaceae. We have discussed some common features of Enterobacteriaceae family that are they ferment the glucose, they are oxidase negative. Can you tell me what is oxidase positive? Yes, Pseudomonas. Remember this? Pseudomonas aeruginosa is oxidase positive, but all the other members of the gram-negative rods are oxidase negative. Third, we have they are facultative anaerobes. They reduce nitrates into nitrite. All are motile except Klebsiella and Shigella. Then last we have all are non-capsulated except Klebsiella. In previous lecture, we have discussed all these topics. Now, in this video, I am gonna talking about the virulence factors and lab diagnosis of Enterobacteriaceae family. So let's start. Here we have the virulence factor. First we have pili, second we have toxins, and third we have antigenic structure or antigens. First, that is pili. What is the function of pili? It mediates the attachment. This is host cell and that is bacteria. When bacteria comes in contact, then it attaches to the host cells through their pili, and that is the function of the pili. Now let's move to the next, that are toxins. All the Enterobacteriaceae family produces two type of toxins. First, endotoxins, that basically within the cell wall, and second we have the exotoxins that bacteria secretes. Some members of the Enterobacteriaceae family such as E. coli and the Vibrio cholera, these also produce the toxins but that are called enterotoxins. What is the function of this enterotoxin? It stimulates the adenyl cyclase and causes the diarrhea. Now let's move to the antigens. So here we have the antigenic structure of Enterobacteriaceae family. So let's discuss briefly one by one. First we have the capsular antigen. In blue, that is the capsular antigen, that are flagella and the flagellar antigen, or that these subunits are O antigen or somatic antigen, that is lipoproteins, that is the layer of peptidoglycan, and these are pili. So let's move to the antigens. Capsular antigen, or also called K antigen or the VI antigen. These are only present in the uncapsulated bacteria, that is only Klebsiella in the gram-negative rods. All the other members of the gram-negative rods or the Enterobacteriaceae family are non-capsulated, but only the Klebsiella is capsulated. So, in the Salmonella typhi, this capsular antigen is called surface antigen or the VI antigen. And what is the function of this capsular antigen? It inhibits the complement binding. When antigen-antibody complexes are formed, then it inhibits the complement binding. Now let's move to the next, that is O antigen or lipopolysaccharide antigen or somatic antigen. Basically, it is consists of three units that are core, lipid A, and repeating oligosaccharide sugars. In blue, it is capsular antigen, but these three subunits make up the O antigen. That is basically the repeating sugars, core, and lipid A. We have different numbers of the O antigen in different Enterobacteriaceae family members. E. coli have 150 different types of O antigen, but Salmonella almost 1500 different types of O antigen. And what is the function of this O antigen? It inhibits the phagocyte killing. When phagocyte attack, then it inhibits the phagocyte killing. Now let's move to the last, that is flagellar antigen. These are only present in the motile organism that are E. coli or Salmonella. It does not present in the non-motile members that are Klebsiella and the Shigella. So, flagellar antigen only present in the motile. It does not present in the non-motile that are Klebsiella and Shigella. And what is the function of this flagellar antigen? It inhibits the phagocyte killing. Yes, when a phagocyte attack, it inhibits the killing. So here we have the antigenic structure of Enterobacteriaceae family. So let's start the lab diagnosis. Here we have the culture media. For the inoculation of the Enterobacteriaceae family, we have some selective and the differential media. First we have the TSI agar, that is basically used for the carbohydrate fermentation pattern, different patterns, or the hydrogen sulfide production. Second we have the SS agar or Salmonella Shigella agar. Basically it is the modification of the DSA agar or the deoxycholate agar, and it is basically used for the isolation, cultivation and differentiation of the Salmonella species and some strains of the Shigella species. But it is highly selective for Salmonella species and inhibitory to some strains of the Shigella species. So why we use this agar? For the Salmonella species, but it is inhibitory for the Shigella species. Now let's move to the next, that is eosin methylene blue agar or EMB agar. What is the function and why we use the eosin methylene blue agar? Basically we use this agar, it assists in visual distinction of E. coli, eosin, E. coli, and it will show us the green metallic sheen colonies on the eosin methylene blue agar. It can also be used for non-pathogenic lactose fermenters, enteric gram-negative rods, and also be used for Salmonella and the Shigella genera. But it is specifically used for the visual distinction of E. coli, and on the eosin methylene blue agar, the eosin colonies are green metallic sheen color. Eosin, E, E. coli, E, and green E shows colonies. Now let's move to the next, that is McConkey agar. What is the function of the McConkey agar and why we use the McConkey agar? Because it ferments the lactose, and on the basis of the lactose fermenters, it will show us the colonies, and we will classify the Enterobacteriaceae family on the basis of the lactose fermentation. If it will ferment the lactose, they are called lactose fermenters. If it does not ferment the lactose, they are called non-lactose fermenters. And why we use the McConkey agar? Because it contains the bile salts or the crystal violet. In the previous lecture, we have discussed all about these constituent of McConkey agar. And what is the function of the bile salts and the crystal violet? It inhibits the growth of the gram-positive bacteria, but maximize the growth of the gram-negative rod. So, because of this reason, we will use the McConkey agar. And on the basis of the McConkey agar colonies, we will classify the Enterobacteriaceae family, lactose fermenters and non-lactose fermenters. If it ferments the lactose, it will form the pink colonies. If it does not ferment the lactose, it will form the colorless colonies. So, because of these reasons, we will use the selective and the differential media for the Enterobacteriaceae family. Now, let's move to the biochemical test. In the laboratory, we will also perform the biochemical test for all the Enterobacteriaceae family. First, we have the Catarase test, that is always positive for all the gram-negative rods. Second, we have the oxidase test, that is negative for Enterobacteriaceae family, but only for the Pseudomonas it is positive. Last, we have the nitrate reduction test. And what is the principle of the nitrate reduction test? Basically, it reduces the nitrates into the nitrite in the anaerobic condition when there is no oxygen present for the growth of the bacteria. So, there is all about the Enterobacteriaceae family, their characteristics, their virulence factors and lab diagnosis. If you want more videos, then please don't forget to subscribe and share our channel. Thank you and take care.